You want to know what, Scott? There's no park and ride with Rotary. No park and ride. I can't get on that edge and just stop moving and rest there. With these types of turns, I'm already winded. And I've only made how many turns? We're working it. It's active. So let me kind of describe a few things that I'm thinking about with these rotary turns. One, it's not a high edge angle turn. I have a little bit of edge, but it's very delicate edge. My body is more or less over my feet. Yeah, my body is tracking to the inside of my feet a little bit. My inside leg is a bit more flexed than my outside leg, but it's all a matter of degree. I am establishing and finding the pinky toe edge of my uphill foot, which is very quickly and instantaneously becoming my new outside ski. Here is an understanding thing that maybe a lot of people don't know. You can establish that pinky toe edge and have your balance with it so that you can move into your new turn as that ski becomes the new outside ski. You can establish that edge without moving uphill. I think a lot of people are confusing balancing with the pinky toe edge with not much weight and pressure, but that's not moving up the hill. That's not the issue. We establish that edge, and then we're balanced with our new dominant outside ski to do whatever it is we want to do. Steer, rotary, high edge angle tip, whatever we're looking for. Okay, let's make some more. Man, I've got a lot going on in my head. I'm going to give you my internal experience. My two legs are steering through the turn, okay? The end of the turn, I'm working a little more, I call it stroking. It's not a pivot. It's not a heel push. Through time and distance, whew, I'm stroking the end of that turn. I love that feeling. What else am I thinking about? Oh, right there, I was thinking about my square hips. Oh my gosh, square hips in such a small, condensed turn. Is that possible? I'm playing with it. I'm working it. Again, I'm on very shallow terrain, not steep. I don't have a lot of forces built up.
You go past me.
Tell you something else. That outside foot, I am thinking about getting it behind my hip just a little bit. That, I don't know how I teach it, but I shape my turn as I'm crossing over, as I'm switching edges. That new outside foot, I'm bringing back behind my hip just a hair so that I can access the shovel of my ski earlier for my shaping. That's my little fore aft move. Down here, the last few turns I made, I went back to thinking about squaring up the hip. And I found that I then got shot onto my heels a little bit, which all fine and good. That happens. We can get shot onto the heels. As long as when we enter that next new turn, we're back up and over it. That's what I was thinking about. But I felt a longer range of motion of getting thrown back. Then I had to catch back up a lot more, rather than that range of motion being a little less. My fore-aft balance being more centered, just right over it. I fell in love with Rotary when I was pursuing my PSIA with the PSA national team. Having been a ski racer and, been a carver my entire life, discovering Rotary action through the turn, trying to shape as small of a complete turn shape as I can through a full expression of Rotary, like trying to wring out every little drop of turning action that exists. And if you just point to my skis here, look, just from my knee down, look how much steering capability we have right there. Completely independent of our thighs on up. Now, that is something that I utilize, the final eighth of the turn to complete my turn shape. I use it a lot in the moguls. And then those turns right there, when I went from the carve into more of my Rotary, those last few, I thought of having my body inside my feet more, inside legs shorter, and shaping the turn. God, there's so many fun things to consider. So many fun things to continually cycle around to, because we can't think of them all at once. But hopefully, we're always cycling around to a higher, more skillful place, which then changes the equation with pressure and edging and all of that. It never ends. It never ends.
You keep exploring after all these years.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man, those square hips keep up. It helps me keep up with my skis. It helps me keep up with the shaping of my turn. I feel I'm winded. It's a lot of work. That all of these movements that are simultaneously happening. My inside leg getting shorter. My body working to the inside of my feet. Foot to foot. Pinky toe edge, rolling it over. My outside stabilizing leg as I start to turn, getting behind me just a hair. Squaring my hips, shaping that turn. No way in the world would I encourage anybody to think about all those things at once. No way. That's not what I'm suggesting. But it is my tortured experience. That's my experience. And I love it. So fun. So awesome. It's like Zen. It's so in the moment. It's like body. I don't meditate. This is my meditation. In tune with the body and all these movements. It's not always perfect. Far from it. I feel when I get out of balance. I feel when it's off. And then I can hone it in and I feel when it's there. And it's nice. It's fun. One other thing not to be mistaken. The inside knee and inside ski do lead because that's what happens when it flexes. It leads. That's not to be mistaken with hip, square, or counter. Those are two different things. This can lead and my hips can be square. that's fun. That's really, yeah. It's, I think we're onto something. Look at this beauty, Scott. This is our morning.
Hondo River.
The Hondo River, wow. God.